Hello again, fellow photographers. It's Mariella here, back with a few tips and tricks. I am going to cover candid photography. Candid photography screams authentic, it screams natural, it screams emotional, so you're able to capture those elements in a beautiful way that it doesn't feel so overly posed or overly produced. And how I approach my candid shoots is I try to get my bride and groom to be active with one another. And yes, I do have to guide. That's absolute. You can't just stand back and expect your couple to know what to do with themselves. So you must guide, but you guide in a way that it feels unposed. For example, you could ask the groom to go ahead and wipe something off her cheek, or you could have him lift the chin. You're gonna get a reaction from either or, a natural one because they either feel silly doing it because they're not used to doing it, or they're just so into each other that you're gonna get an even different reaction. So whatever reaction you get, it's gonna be a natural one. So the key is to stay observant throughout the day. During my couple session, I tend to try to be a little silly if I find that my couple like to have a little bit of fun and are more interactive with one another. So that helps because I'm actually pretty silly, so I don't mind being laughed at. But at the same time, you want to be able to capture some intimate moments with your guidance and a little bit of direction. So I will place them where I want them, as where the light's going to hit them the most beautifulest and where they look the most attractive, like as far as I can see. And then from there, that's where I guide and I let things fall naturally. I don't really have tips per se for pose because it's not my style, but if you are doing pose and you want to come into the candid world, that's what my first suggestions would be, and you will find your flow the way that it works for you. So you always got to try someone else's way first if you're unsure, and that might work for you 100 times better than that person's, or it might not work at all for you. But either way, trying it is the best way. So I hope these tips helped you. If you have any questions, please don't be afraid to DM me, or you can contact me directly through my website at www.mcpworkshops.com. And don't forget to tune into our podcast. It's called the MCP Podcast. I hope to hear from you. If you have any questions or if there's any topics that you would like me to cover, please send me a message. Have a good one.